feel like a vital win against close rivals?
It was a very good game. We needed that win. It was so important for the team. We know the potential that we have. We are a young team, but it was a great victory, and yeah, I'm so happy.
Could you feel the energy in the stadium? Because people are seeing this as a statement now. You're pushing back into the top four.
We like to see the people like that cheer on us and happy with our performance.
Yeah, a bit of needle in the game, which we like. This is a London derby. You expect that, don't we?
Yeah. We knew that it was going to be a very hard, very difficult game, but as I said, we have a very good group. We have a very good players, and yeah, we won the game, and we are so happy.
You're piling on the pressure in the first half, just couldn't get it over the line, but straight after half time, you make the breakthrough.
Yeah. They were defending well, and yeah, we were waiting for the moment. And thank you, Laka, for the assist.
And he's now scored in both his starts against West Ham. How good was that finish?
Excellent. We know that he's capable of that at Arsenal. He's been unlucky because he's been curtailed by injuries, but like he's back. And like when he gets into this kind of situation, a situation where we spoke earlier on about getting that ball passed into that kind of space when you've got a forward that's willing to run in there. Laka has pulled off brilliantly. You had a brilliant game, Lacazette, with that space, and then you've got that space to attack. And, you know, you've got somebody, a willing runner, to get in there. Once he's got in here, it's just great composure, great finish. And you're hoping that he can continue doing that, because he's the kind of person that if there is going to be an heir to the throne in respects of Aubameyang and what he's doing, then this guy can do it. Can he sustain? Can he be consistent in his goal scoring? Can we create the chances? Can we recognise the chance and put it in like Lacazette did there? Because if we can, then we've got a really good chance of scoring more goals and creating more chances.
They made the pitch really big there, and Tierney coming out right on the touchline. Fullback's got a decision to make whether he goes tighter with him, and because he doesn't, Martinelli finds that little bit of space in there to run in behind with clever play from Lacazette, and because of his pace, no one can get near him. He sticks it away really
beautifully.
Well.
Do you like what you see from Martinelli?
Yeah, I do. I like him to have a bit of a regular run in there and show what he can do over a sustained period of time. But that is really exciting play, and that's exactly what Arsenal needed tonight. Arteta needed that. We said the manager needed it. The players needed to go out and do the manager a favour, because he'd put his neck on the line in making that big decision and leaving the captain out, and taking the captaincy off him in the way that he did it publicly. His players needed to give a performance tonight, and they didn't disappoint and didn't let him down, and he did that. Deserved to win the game.
OK, more goals to look at, but in the last 5 days it's been a story of penalties in the Premier League, so we're going to bring in Dermot Gallagher again to speak to us. Before we get to the penalty, Dermot, 2 yellow cards. Let's clear up Soufal's first half one first on Tierney. Any debate, any issues?
No, I think once you do that, you know, he's put his arm across, he's thrown it out. It's not an elbow. He hasn't used it as a weapons elbow. But you see, he puts his arm out like that on Tierney. I think the referee's got a good view of it. This is the best angle. See there, bangs it back. And he gets a yellow card. And ultimately, he pays a price for that yellow card later in the game, as we saw.
Yeah, that was the first yellow card in the first half. Now then, first of all with Alan and Ian. Penalty or no penalty?
Never a penalty. Never a yellow card, and never a penalty. Not only has he won the ball with his first challenge, with his first foot as he goes in, he actually wins the ball and he's follow through as well. You can just see it here in slow motion. He touches the ball first, there, wins it, and then with his left foot, he wins the ball again. Never a penalty. Bizarre decision.
There's no studs showing there if it's going to be dangerous or reckless. I can't see how I think that's a very soft penalty, and even more of a harsh sending off, if I'm going to be totally honest, because he's not really out of control of his body there, like we've seen people go in, and he has got the ball. It just seems very harsh to me.
I think it's been a terrible 2 or 3 weeks for the referees. I don't know what's gone on, or whether someone said anything, but the last 2 or 3 weeks I think there's been some awful decisions, not only from the on-field decisions, but from the VAR officials as well. Is
there with that one, Dermot, why is he given that penalty? What's he giving it for? Reckless?
Well, ultimately, Wrighty, yes, because I listen to what both you lads say, and I agree. You know, he wins the ball. I think what happens is his foot then bounces off the top of the ball, but he wins it with his trailing leg as well. This is the first touch, and he gets the top of the ball. And I think what the referee watches then is him go into Lacazette's shin. I think he watches the follow through. He doesn't see the ball, and if you see where the ball goes, it tells you that Soufal has actually played the ball again, because you see where the ball goes. So you know full well that Lacazette hasn't played that ball. That's the clue, and that's what referees look for.
So
I think what
Dermot, Peter Banks has obviously seen this exactly like you are in the direction of the ball.
Yeah.
Why do you think he's looked at that and not at least recommended an on-field view, or said, actually, that's an error?
Well, I think what's happened, Steve, is he's seen him hit the ball, and then he's seen the top of the ball hit the shin. And I think because the referee's given that decision that he's got the ball and the man, he's gone with it, and the VAR has decided not to overturn it. I mean, the knock-on effect then is then he gets a red card. I think he's unlucky to give away a penalty. I think he's desperately unlucky to get sent off.
I think it's rubbing salt into the wounds. I really don't think it's a penalty, and I obviously don't think it's a yellow card. I think it's too.
But isn't that what the VAR is there for?
That's
You
what
tell
I
us,
was, yeah.
Steve, the number of times I've said that in the last 2 or 3 weeks is I don't know whether the referees feel under more pressure than they've ever felt, but some of the performances that we've seen from referees and from VAR the last few weeks, I think, have been awful.
I have to agree, because when I look at that one, again, I would like to know why he believes that's a penalty. That's all. So as I could say, well, oh, okay, or well, I don't believe that, but because that's not a penalty for me. It's not a penalty for me.
I mean, he took his time, the referee, didn't he? He didn't actually run straight up and want to give the penalty in an eager fashion. He actually took his time and had a little think about it and then blew. But no, for
you know when you look at
me.
it as well, Al, you look at it and you've seen some of them and you think, whoa, he's way out of control of his body. There's no viciousness in that challenge for it to be reckless.
There's his view.
For me. You see,
Anthony Taylor.
That's his view, but it's not enough vicious. Well, he's out of control of his body. His studs are showing. He could have hurt him. Maybe that's why he's given it, and that is why I'm a bit confused as to why that would be a penalty, because I don't think that at any stage Lacazette was in danger of being injured there.
From a defender's point of view, you've got to time your tackle, and if you go to ground, we're always here, you've got to win the ball. Well, not only has he won it with the first touch, he's won it with a second touch. So try and explain that to me, how that is a penalty and another yellow card, therefore leading to a red card.
Dermot, can you explain it to Alan?
Well, I pinned my flag to the mast earlier on, didn't I, when I said I could see the referee decides it's hit the top of the ball and hit the man. I see that. I don't have to agree with it, but I agree with both Al and Wrighty, you know, that he's won the ball twice. You could see that because of the direction of the ball. As Wrighty said, there's no impact. He's low. That's what you ask defenders to do. For me, I just can't see how it's a second yellow card and a red card.
Dermot, it's much more fun when you disagree with us.
Which is most weeks, to be fair.
I don't like you agreeing with us.
It's my New Year's resolution.
Thank you.
Dermot, thank you very much.
Cheers,
indeed. Lacazette picked himself up, but for the first time, after 8 out of 8, Alan, from the spot for Arsenal, didn't score.
Yeah, it's a very good save. The way he was rolling around, I was a bit surprised to see him get up and take the penalty. But there's the foot behind the line, which they did have a look at. But it's a good save. But it's too late because they've gone down to 10 men, and after that, as we've said, there was no real energy from West Ham to get back into the game.
Yeah, as I say, Righty, first time he's missed from the spot for Arsenal.
Yeah.
Arsenal have actually missed
their
last three Premier League penalties. Do you remember the last time Arsenal did that?
No, I don't know.
Oh, you should do, because you missed 2 of them.
Did I miss it?
That's made the night worth.
I had to cheer Al up. He was grumpy. We don't like him when he's grumpy.
Well, you know something? I was going to say that's unbelievable that he's doing stuff like that, but now I can't. No, if I'm being totally honest, it is a bit of a worry now, because obviously Aubameyang's not there to take them. We saw him miss them. We've seen him miss that one. It didn't look very convincing, so I don't know what they're going to do in respect of who's I think Pepe's taken. I think
not on the
Pepe's
pitch,
taken.
is he?
He's nowhere near the pitch. So it's a worry at the minute with Arsenal and penalties. You know, we need to find somebody who's going to come up and just, I don't know, put your foot through it. That's Xhaka. I'd love to see Xhaka take a penalty.
The more that you practice, because you're aware that you've missed the penalties, the more spotlight that's on you, the more difficult they become. But they're going to have to get that right, because without doubt, the way things are going, particularly this weekend and the last couple of weeks, the number of penalties that have been given have been staggering.
The London derby at the Emirates at half-time between Arsenal and West Ham. What have you made of it, Wrighty?
I've been very impressed with Arsenal in the first half. I think they've made enough chances. It'd been good for them to take one, because you feel like West Ham haven't started yet. They haven't really got themselves going. We saw a little bit from West Ham, but I think they've created good enough chances to maybe get at least one goal. And I think they'll be a bit disappointed going in.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Arsenal have been by far the better team. Their only disappointing thing for Mikel Arteta and his team is that they haven't got at least one goal. They deserve it. Some of the play, particularly down the right-hand side with Saka, he's given Masuaku a really terrible time. Every time he gets that ball, he's been really, really positive, and they're causing them all sorts of problems down there that'll give and go.
This is a great chance. I think Xhaka's got to do better with that chance there. I think he's got to come onto that with his right foot, let it come across him there, and then Tierney. That was a great save, to be honest. We realised that Fabianski saved it at first, but those are the kind of chances you see there. This is a great save. You know, when it's come across Xhaka, the longer you wait for it to come across you, you're giving people the opportunity to tackle you.
Everything's been down Arsenal's right-hand side where they've cut in, and there's another effort there. Lacazette and Martinelli's coming in. We perhaps think he's gone with the wrong foot there.
Yeah, I think Karen mentioned it in commentary there. You see it coming across, just get onto that with your right foot, just lift it over the keeper maybe. And that's the margins, Steve. You know, can Xhaka take it earlier? Can he take that with his right foot? That's the difference between them being 0-0 or maybe 2-0.
You talk about Mikel Antonio before the game. 8 games in all competitions without a goal. Are you seeing any positive signs?
He looks very sluggish. Everything that's going up to him is bouncing off him. This is very early in the game, after a couple of minutes. And West Ham really haven't got started, and this is one of the reasons why, because when you're playing that role that he's been asked to play, when the ball goes up to you, it has to stick. He cannot keep giving it away like he's doing. That is a poor pass there, and everything that's been up to him has been really, really sloppy. Touch has been off. No, there's been all right. There's no one within 30 or 40 yards of him, but even when you're looking at him to try and be positive there, and White takes the ball off him with ease. Again, another poor touch there. Not easy, but that has to stick for West Ham to get involved in this game. And it was noticeable that for a time, David Moyes pushed him out onto the right-hand side and put Bowen down the middle, and that's one of the reasons why.
I think that like I said, that West Ham haven't quite got going. You know, Al's right, because he needs to hold those, because then people will come and support him. Like, there's certain instances we've seen getting it and he's running away, and this is the inexperience of being a centre forward. We've seen him do it and he's very good at it, but in those instances you think to yourself, right, I'm just going to turn out now and let people come and keep it, get myself in the middle and let them get on with it. And this is where West Ham are falling short, because he's not actually helping the team at all at the minute.